Welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking at the KDP colouring book niche. Now, I've been dreading doing this video for quite some time because the niche is so big and I didn't realise how big it was until I started doing keyword research, and it just went on and on and on. But not only is it big, it's very profitable. So make sure you watch the whole video and I'll show you how profitable it is. And we're going to look at the market, we're going to look at how to get your interiors, and we're going to look at those all important keywords which are essential if you're going to make money in this niche. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you like videos like that, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive notifications of when I produce more videos like this, and you can be the first to get the real important information. So, the colouring book niche is huge but incredibly profitable. But with the profits comes high competition. So let's go straight over to Amazon and look at the potential profitability and the competition. So what I normally do with any niche is just go to Amazon and put in the search bar a general short tail keyword, and in this case it's going to be colouring book. Now, a question I often get asked is this little box here, do I leave it on all or do I click the books? Well, my simple answer to that is leave it on all, because that's where your customer, or most of the customers, are going to be searching. They rarely will click on the box, go down to books and then put in their keyword. The majority will just stick to the all. You'll find that the search results between the all and, say, the category like books will be different. Don't worry about that, just stick to the all button. So put in colouring books and look at that, 80,000 results. Very competitive. But if you scroll down the search results, just look at these bestsellers ranks: 123, 45, 291, 197, 161. Ridiculously profitable. You know, any one of those books would probably, would be enough to give you an income to fund your lifestyle completely. So, with a niche this competitive, what do you have to do? Well, you've got to niche down. You've got to find those longer tail keywords. And I've done the keyword research on this today. It took me around about 5 to 6 hours with the help of a bit of Red Bull. And I found a lot of good long tail keywords. But I'll be coming to that later in the video. You really need to watch that. So a couple of keywords that I did found just to show you how interesting and how profitable it can be. I put in adult colouring book for stoners. 256 results, very easy to rank for with those number of results. If you've never seen any of my keyword research videos before, then I'll leave a link above and below to those, just to give you an outline of what I do. So 256 results is very low, which means it's easy-ish to rank for that keyword. But look at the profitability, it's still there. Bestsellers rank 3 to 8. Let's go to our Amazon book sales calculator, put in 3 to 8, see what comes up. 4,675. Now, selling at $7.99, I know for a fact that the royalty on that will be about $2.50 because I sell a lot of my books at $7.99. So you're looking at somewhere around about the $11,000 to $12,000 in royalties per month just off one book. I mean, that's the sort of money that sort of bestsellers are making on their novels. It's crazy, and these sorts of books, can just take a week to 2 weeks to produce, or shorter, particularly if you're an illustrator. So it's fantastic. It's a fantastic niche to get into. Tried another keyword that I found today. Again, a long tail keyword, colouring book for adult animals drinking. 186 results. Very easy to rank with those low search numbers. And again, look at the bestsellers ranks, 130, 38,000. Even with 38,000, let's put that into our calculator. Should be around, 118 sales per month, which at $6.97, it's about $2, just under $2 profit. But you're still looking at $240 profit per month just off one book. So just think, if you had 10, 20, 100 of these books, how much you could potentially be making. Yes, it'd be hard work to create 100 colouring books, but it's not impossible if you take the time and have a long-term view, and that's important with this business. Have a longer-term view. Don't do what a lot of people do when they send me comments, ask me about, how quick can I make money and how easy it is it basically. The rewards come from the hard work. So yeah, and there's more colouring books here, all with decent, well, I would say decent bestsellers ranks, 129,000. Again, it's nothing to be sniffed at. So if you're going into this niche, you're going to produce the interiors, and that's probably the most difficult part of doing a colouring books, is getting the interiors done. Now, I've done 2 videos showing you how you can do interiors using images that you can find online. I'll leave the links to those videos below, and also a link above. And if this is your first time, particularly if, say, you're a graphic designer or an illustrator and you're wondering how you can use your art to create these types of books, again, I've done a video. It says beginner's guide, or if you're a beginner, how to upload your first book. And again, that's below. And it will show you how you can create a book using Canva. And these types of books, colouring books, are very easy to produce with free software like Canva. So you could go and watch that video as well, and it will give you an overall guide on how you can go about producing your own book. And if you are a graphic designer or illustrator, you're in such a good position to be able to produce quite a number of these books, good quality books, make good sales. I say the sort of sales that best-selling novelists are producing. If you're not an illustrator or graphic designer, don't worry. Either go and look at the videos, learn how to create them with software like Illustrator, or free software like Graphic Designer, which is a vector editing software that's free of charge for the basic version. But you could go to somewhere like Fiverr, where you can outsource these images. And if you go and put in things like colouring book, you'll find all these illustrators offering their services at a relatively low price. And I had a look at this one earlier. We'll produce simple one-page illustrations, I think with a character and a background, for it says £4.34 here, because obviously I'm in the UK. Well, not obviously, but I'm in the UK. But that'll be around the $5 mark, I assume. So for an average colouring book, you're probably looking at 30 to 60 of these. Yes, you're going to have to invest money, but the potential profit is there to recoup your investment in no time at all. But you could also use these in activity books, particularly for kids, where you combine a colouring book page with a dot-to-dot page with something like simple anagrams, word searches. So again, you could use these images in those sorts of books. So you've got another type of book that you could produce. Again, if you go and look at some of my other videos, you'll see the potential profit with these activity books. It really is good. The other site that you can use, which is very popular, is Upwork.com. Again, put in colouring book into the search bar, and you'll find all these illustrators here, and you can negotiate them to produce the type of interiors you want and at a price that suits you. Now, another thing you might want to think about doing, which occurred to me today, is collaborating with a graphic designer or illustrator. You could go and find an illustrator online, maybe try forums where illustrators hang out. And you could then collaborate to produce a book and do a royalty share scheme, something like 50-50. You produce a book, they produce the illustrations, and you just share the royalties. That's another good option. Now, we come to the keywords. The all-important keywords. Why are they important? Because you need those keywords if you're going to make sales of your books. Because in the title and the subtitle, you need to use keywords so that your book is found on Amazon when people search, when people use those keywords. Because if you've got a keyword, someone puts it into the Amazon search bar, your book pops up, particularly on the first page. better still in the top 5 or 10, you've got a good chance of making a sale, and then you're going to start reeling in those royalties. Now today, as I mentioned, I've done the keyword research. It took me about 5 to 6 hours. If you want to know how I do my keyword research, I'll put the link above. But basically what I do is I go to Amazon. I put in a short tail keyword, a general keyword like colouring book, and I'll put that into the search bar. And you'll see a list of suggestions will come up. Now these are suggestions by Amazon, and it's telling us two things. One, they're showing us words that people are putting into the search bar. And also, these are suggestions that Amazon are giving to customers. And customers being what they are, like me, particularly lazy, I'll put in a keyword and think, oh, that looks interesting, I'll click on that. So not only are you getting the keyword that people are using, you're also getting words that people are going to be clicking on. So Amazon's giving you this information for free. And what I do is I make a list of these keywords in a spreadsheet. And then I'll go and put these individual researches back into the Amazon search bar and see what other keyword results come up, make a list of those, and then I'll take each keyword and I'll write down how many search results there are for each keyword. And what I do is, when I'm with most of my books, I'll just go for those keywords with 1,000 search results or less, which means there's less competition. Now you can go for the higher competition keywords, particularly if you're doing Amazon ads. And I'll come to that in a bit more detail in just a moment, because I want to explain something about this screenshot here. And that is, a lot of people ask me about these numbers in grey here. And these are the Google searches per month. So an estimate of the Google search numbers per month. So how many people are searching for this keyword on Google per month. So that when you get a keyword, particularly if it's got search results less than 1,000, so it's a good chance of ranking on Amazon, and you've got those Google search numbers as well, it just gives that keyword that extra bit of strength, because people are not only looking for it on Amazon, they're also looking for it on Google, so it's a popular keyword. Now to get those numbers, you'll need a Chrome plugin called Keywords Everywhere, and to get those numbers you need to pay $10 for 100,000 credits. But those credits, unless you're going like a crazy person and doing thousands of searches a day, will last you, at least a few months. And I've got a Chrome plugin called AMZ Suggestion Expander, and that gives me all these extra keywords here on the right hand side. They will go into my spreadsheet as well, and I'll also put those words into the Amazon search bar and see what other keywords come up, and then also make a list of those. So you end up going down, or you can end up going down this big rabbit hole where one keyword leads to more keywords, leads to more keywords. Most niches, there's a limit to the number of keywords, but with this niche, there were so many keywords. And in fact, I created a spreadsheet of 240 keywords. And for each keyword, I wrote down the number of Amazon search results and where available, the Google search volume as well. Now, in this list, there were gems of keywords where the search results were less than 1,000. Some of them you're looking at 113, 140, really low search results. So, I would class as easy to rank for, but was still very profitable. So you could use those keywords straight away. You could take them, put them into your title. Then you could take a related keyword, use it in your subtitle, or take that keyword, put it into the Amazon search bar, see what other suggestions Amazon gives you. You could use those in the subtitle, or a good thing to do is look at the search results for those for that particular keyword, and look at what other authors are putting in the title or subtitle, particularly in the top 10, top 15 books, because they're ranking for those keywords. So those are rankable keywords, and particularly if they're making sales of those books, you know that they're ranking for those keywords and they're making sales with those keywords. So you could take, one or two of those and use them in the subtitle. I'd only use a maximum of one or two keywords in your subtitle and make it look natural. Don't just stuff keywords in there. It doesn't look good. Amazon doesn't like it, and nor do customers. Make it sound natural. Create the subtitle as as a flowing sentence. A cute colouring book for teenagers that makes a perfect gift for whoever. Although it used to be that Amazon didn't like you putting the word gift in the subtitle, but I think they may have eased up on that a bit. But you need to do your own research on that. Now, I've done this list of keywords. Let me just check. It was 240 keywords. Took me 5 to 6 hours. A lot of Red Bull. But I trawled through them all, put each one into the Amazon search bar. And I've uploaded this to Gumroad, along with a lot of other keywords that I've produced. And if you're familiar with that, I sell my keywords, my lists of keywords on Gumroad. Normally, each list is about 80 keywords and I sell it for $1. This is 240, almost 3 times as many. So I'm selling it for $2. Okay. Now, if you're starting out and haven't got the money to invest, I really appreciate that. So you can just go and use the free technique that I've used, putting the keywords into the Amazon bar, seeing what comes up in the search results and going from there. It's also a good way to learn about keyword research. It's good for experience, it's good for learning. But if you want to save 5-6 hours of your life, and that's worth $2 for you, then go along the links down below to the Gumroad store, where you can purchase that and download it. It's the .csv file, a PDF file and an Excel file of all these keywords. And there's also other keywords there for other keywords I've listed for other niches as well. Now, what I wanted to say was there's lots of keywords there with search results less than 1,000, but there's also lots of keywords there of figures greater than 1,000. So how can you use those? Because you can still use those if you're just starting out and not using Amazon ads. If you are using Amazon ads, yes, do what I would do, and that's go for a more competitive keyword, particularly in your title, and then use ads to buy ad space for your targeted keywords. But if you're not using Amazon ads and you're just starting out, you can still use the more competitive keywords in that list. How? By putting those keywords into the Amazon search bar, because many of them will come up with more suggestions in the drop down list, and you can take those lists, put them in your own spreadsheet, and then put each of those keywords in the search bar and look at what the search results are. And that's really the basis of niching down. So you can use a more higher competitive keywords just as a kind of a root keyword to find other profitable keywords. So KDP colouring book niche is a really exciting niche. Yes, it takes work to produce them, but if you look at, say, a fiction or a non-fiction author, they'll take 3, 6, 12 months to produce one book in the hope that they're going to make sales. With these, even if you outsource it, or even if you do the illustrations yourself using the techniques that I've showed you, you might spend a week producing a book. Even if it's 2 weeks, the sort of profits that you could be looking at are huge, and it's well worth that time. So that's it. I hope you found the video useful. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did. It's very much appreciated, and it sort of helps keep the channel moving up the popularity in YouTube. Also, hit the subscribe button and also smash the notification bell, because I produce a lot of videos like this with good information that if you're early to act upon it, you can be one of the first in there and start creating profits. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.